We got some major, terrific banking news yesterday when we learned that longtime Cramer fave City National CYN, a boutique business bank based in Los Angeles with a substantial wealth management division, caters to real high rollers, is being bought by Royal Bank of Canada for $5.4 billion, or $93.80 a share, a juicy 26% premium. When was the last time you saw that in a bank deal? This is huge because it's the second largest U.S. bank acquisition since the financial crisis. Only Capital One's purchase of ING was bigger, as well as being the second largest takeover of a U.S. bank by a Canadian one in history. Now, the number of U.S. banks has been cut in half over the last 20 years. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets halved again, although the largest American banks likely won't be allowed to participate because they're already so enormous. I see the City National deal as an important template for further consolidation among the financials. Even a City National, the so-called bank to the stars, is fairly unique. Still, the stock has given us a nice 36% gain since we last spoke to its terrific CEO, Russell Goldsmith, back in September 2013. You know what? Let's do something good here. I think it's time to take a victory lap. Let's take a closer look with Russell Goldsmith, the chairman and CEO of City National, and learn more about what this takeover by Royal Bank of Canada means for his company and, yes, for the broader industry. Mr. Goldsmith, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, Jim, it's great to be with you, and please call me Russell.
All right, absolutely. Okay, Russell, the last time I saw you, and boy, what a great run, much better than every other bank since you were here last. It was very clear to me that you had the most huge, fabulous expansion plans. New York, I see you everywhere now. The banker to the stars in New York. Why was this the right time to go? You were just going into a national period of ascendance.
Well, Jim, thanks. It's a great question. We were not looking to sell the bank. We didn't have it up for sale, but, sometimes you've got to seize the opportunity. And when we got approached by RBC, over time, Dave McKay is very persuasive, and we saw the wisdom of his strategy. And this just was, I think, really a perfect combination, not just for our shareholders, but for our colleagues here in the bank, especially for our clients and the communities that we serve. So the timing's probably sooner than I would have otherwise picked, but it was just the right thing for us to do.
Well, let me ask you, let's speak philosophical, because I've always done that with you. The banking industry got bifurcated. There were the companies that decided to swing for the fences and did some things the regulators didn't like. And then there were bankers who stuck by their knitting that they were going to help wealthy people, help people do better and have financial planning and make their fortunes bigger, or at least if you don't need to get rich twice, get rich once. You will always embrace the second, which was the tortoise, frankly, versus the hare. This is the case of the tortoise just winning big in the end, isn't it?
I think that's a great way to describe it. City National for 61 years has had very strong values, focus on the client, integrity, helping entrepreneurs and their families and their businesses on the way up. And that proves out over time if you do the right thing for your clients, you build your business client by client, brick by brick, reputation, word of mouth, referrals. It is kind of old-fashioned, but it really, really does work. And this announcement is testament to that. You're 100% right.
It's also an example we've got pigeonholed with these banks. We only care about the net interest margin. We forget that what banks can really do is be great advisors to people. It seems to me that this wealth management business is a fabulous business versus a lot of the other stuff, say, that the government has cracked down on.
Well, wealth management is really important. What we've seen over the years with our clients, and you do this every night so well on your show, people are accumulating wealth in this country, and they need good advice as to what to do with it. And that's how we've built a business that's over $60 billion. And RBC's built a terrific business in the United States with over $260 billion. So it's a logical piece of a private bank and a business bank. You want to be there for your clients, for the full range of financial services, meet all their financial needs, whether they need a mortgage or they need a line of credit in their business, or they need to find ways to take that hard-earned wealth and preserve it and grow it prudently and appropriately. And that's what we've been doing at City National, and I think we'll be able to do it even better in combination with RBC here in the United States.
Okay, it's interesting to hear you say we will, because I know you as a fabulous television and entertainment executive. People probably don't know that about you. I know because we've been around a long time. You were top in that business. You were top banker.
You do, Jim.
Well, it sounds like the third act is going to stay for now with Royal Bank?
Absolutely. I'm excited about it, and I signed up for 3 years after the close, because we're going to put this thing together, and it's going to be very exciting. They've got 2,000 brokers that are going to work with us here at City National, and we're going to work with them. I think they'd like our banking products and capabilities. They've got hundreds of thousands of clients. We think we can find some great clients in there where we can help them, and they can help us grow the bank. They've got a terrific capital markets business, and I'm sure there's some connectivity there, because that gives us some capabilities we couldn't have built over the next 5 or even 10 years. And I think we can expand. Take the entertainment industry. Suddenly we'll be able to do things in Vancouver and Toronto, obviously, given that RBC is the #1 business bank and private bank in Canada. When we get that meshed so we can work in partnership for productions that are shooting in Canada or Canadians who are shooting here in the United States, and when I say shooting, I mean shooting television and motion pictures. And we're even going to expand, I think, into London, where they have a bank charter and a lot of people on the ground. And we think our private bank and our entertainment bank can go there. And we can be the premier entertainment bank for the English-speaking world in just a few years. So it's exciting, and I don't want to miss that ride.
Well, look, I want to congratulate you from all of our viewers who know that I always felt that you were the bank that wasn't like the other banks. You clearly weren't, because there's no other bank takeovers occurring. Congratulations to you, Russell Goldsmith, Chairman and CEO of City National, for everything you've done for your shareholders.
Well, Jim, thank you. You've been great, and you've given your listeners, your viewers, some great advice, and I hope they followed it. And I hope they're sitting watching this knowing that they've done very well by listening to you and investing in City National.
You're very
Thanks
kind,
so much.
Russell. Thank you. Well, I'd say go buy it, but it's done. But the bank that's buying them, Royal Bank, that's the kind of bank that I like. They're good guys. Stay with Cramer.